Hi, I'm Davide Pastorino. I'm 34 years old and I live in this city, London, since 2009, October 2009. Obviously, I'm Italian, and in life, I'm an entrepreneur. And on my free time, I'm working on another project, which is my Instagram feed. I like to discover new things, meet new cultures, and I like to bring everything I like into my Instagram feed and share everything with the people that follow me. Actually, it's exactly the reality. So what you see is what it is. I'm not that good on editing actually, so I can't change much. So everything you see is actually how it is. I'm really happy that a lot of people like what they see because it actually represent myself at 100%, I would say. Like a lot of people live with as a blogger, so obviously you need to get the best out of it because it's your job. Is you need to do it in the best way as possible. So I don't take picture of myself, or like there are just few. Like I'm not actually the main subject of my feed. Obviously, if there are people that they do blogger and they need to be like super cool every time, obviously I doubt it that it is like this every day. But well, if it is, like, good for them. But I think it's part of the game. So sometimes you need to cheat a little bit.
So, what do you think about the Instagram profile?
I think these are really beautiful photos. It shows like these wonderful shots of these places that I've been and seen, but I feel like I haven't seen them like this. A lot in every photo, but it still kind of feels simplistic. Like it doesn't feel like there's too much happening. I don't know who this person is, but their lifestyle I would think is just someone living around in London, living their best life. These photos look posed, like there's obviously some kind of setup to the shot, there was thought put in it, but some of these look like they were just walking down the street. They're like, oh, this building, this piece of street art, or the way the sun is shining through these trees looks beautiful, I have to capture this moment. So I think it's a mix of both. I think that to some degree it is detrimental to the way we live our lives to have this social media presence, especially if you have an account in every platform. If you have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, if you have everything, you feel the need to fill your page with content, to show people, but it's never what your actual life is. On Instagram, you're gonna post the best pictures of the best parts of your life. You're gonna show what you think is worth sharing, and there's a lot of moments in life that aren't worth sharing. And I think that when people see other people's posts on Instagram or other social media, they see the best parts of those people, and sometimes they feel bad about themselves. They might feel like this person is living this wonderful life, see all these beautiful photos they're taking on their wonderful vacation, and here I am on my own at home. But I don't think that's fair to compare yourself to someone's social media profile, because someone's social media profile is not who they are.
Hello, so I'm Otto. I'm originally from Finland, at the moment based in London. I work as a travel blogger, and also I do digital marketing solutions for company. My main interests are definitely traveling. My Instagram profile, I think it's changing all the time. I try to keep it like travel based, but of course sometimes there is more like some lifestyle captures. Sometimes it's hard to keep it consistent because I do also collaborations on Instagram, and yeah, but I think it's kind of colorful. Well, I can say the theme is changing all the time. There's like more outdoor, there are more lifestyle, you know, this is just like basically everything.
So for just seeing a few of the pictures, this guy is very outgoing, has got excellent style, I'm just saying my opinion. But it's just like you can kind of tell that this person literally enjoys the idea of exploring the world and engaging and engaging in always on the go, always moving, making each moment count. I do believe it's a bit of both, really, because I mean, everyone wants to show the best sides of their life. They want to show the best sides of their work, what they do, how they look. This is why when you take a picture, you have to be like, all right, don't smile, don't think, and then you take it. It's just the same with this guy. Like, I'm pretty sure it took him time to find a place that's like, okay, need to get it right, need to get the focus on point, and then take the picture. But my opinion, like I said before, it's just like I do feel like he does live the life of like he's still struggling like everyone else is, but he just takes bits and bobs to make it appear like it's so simple, it's so easy, but it may be not. You tend to show what you want to show to the world. It's like not every time you're gonna show like, yes, I'm feeling tired, yes, I feel sad. Unless that's what you want and you're honest with yourself enough to show that, then sure. But the situation is, we all want to show the goodness of ourselves. We never want to show the bad. No one wants to show their mistakes, their flaws, what makes them them, but not the grind, not the charcoal or anything, but more of like the diamond, the shine, what showcases them to be so great. But the situation is, I do feel, in my opinion, it's a bit of both. I do want to show the best sides of me, but I don't really want to show worst sides of me at the same time. It depends who I really want to show.
I'm definitely guilty of that. I try to be as genuine as possible because for the most part it's friends and family who follow me on social media, but I know especially on Snapchat, I just show when I'm at a party or when I'm on vacation, when I'm having fun. I'm showing, like I said earlier, the things that are worth sharing. And maybe on Facebook I'll write a post about something embarrassing that happened, something a little less glamorous. But I do know that and I feel everyone does, pick and choose what I put on my social media. I'm not gonna share my down moments. I'm not gonna share when I'm at my worst because I don't want people to see that part of me. And I think social media is definitely your ideal version of yourself. You put forward what you think is the best parts of you, what you think makes up who you are without all the things that you find negative about yourself. And I'm definitely guilty of that, but I try my best to put forth some true-ish version of myself on social media.
And do you think it's hard nowadays to stick to your identity, even though we are always like finding it out day by day? But do you think like with all the social media pressure, it's easier to rather edit it and go for something else that might not be the exact reality?
I think definitely, I mentioned it before, but when you see other people's profiles, you see all the stuff that they're putting on there that's really cool or really beautiful or fun, and you want that for yourself. That's kind of the whole point of them putting that there, is they want people to see these things and think, oh, I want that for myself as well. And I think that it's both positive and negative for helping you find your identity. Because on one hand, you could see somebody maybe rock climbing or bouldering, and you'd see that and you'd think, I've never tried that. That looks really fun and cool. And maybe you find your new passion, and that becomes part of who you are and part of your identity. But on the other hand, you might try to be something you're not to put forward a facade on your social media and put forward something that you think other people will like and that other people will give you fake internet points for, and you'll feel good about yourself, but you're not being true to yourself.
I mean, not always, but there are some points in my life where I feel like I do fake. But the thing is, I'm aware that I'm faking, This is like, say I'm posting a pic, because okay, basically, to sum it up, I draw every day, and the situation is there are some days that I don't draw to the point that I just kind of lie about the date, and it's only happened 3 times, well, 4 now actually. So it's 4 times where I lie to people and to myself to be like, I should be drawing, but I don't draw, but people believe that I am, so it's like I've almost looped them to think like I'm actually in the run of it. But it's just the mask that you put on because you don't, like I say, you don't want to show your flaws. You don't want to, in some cases, be vulnerable.
So yeah, if I was to describe myself, I'd say carefree, friendly. I don't know. I guess I got like quite a bit of charisma, if I'm allowed to say that. Well, I did anyways. But yeah, artsy, very chilled, laid back, quite handsome. And yeah, just a nice dude with some nice dreams. My interests is usually just like art, fashion, music, a lot of music. I literally live off music. Everything that I do on my day-to-day basis of my life is literally based off the music I listen to. So that's like hip hop, classic, jazz. I listen to a lot of like beat tapes, you know, jazz infusion stuff. Like, again, back to hip hop. Yeah, pretty much. My Instagram feed is basically just literally about art, fashion, poetry. I write a lot of poems, and that's pretty much what I like to try to put out there. I want people to recognize, when people think of me, I want people to think of art first, because I don't want to be like everybody else on Instagram that's trying to be, you know, an Instagram vixen, trying to be the cool person on Insta. If anything, I'm more or less just trying to be myself, just trying to put myself out there as much as possible. And literally, all I'm trying to do is just demonstrate to people, like, if you care about something, you know, put it out there of the world. Doesn't matter if they like it or if they don't, like, just do you the whole entire time. You should just always be yourself at the same time, because when people catch you in real life, they're gonna be surprised. You know, you don't wanna lie to people. You just want to be real with them. What you see is what you get. That should be the message of Instagram. What you see is what you get. In fact, if Instagram ever was to remarket themselves, I would literally say, market yourself with the slogan, what you see is what you get. Hell no. Let's be like 100% clear right now. No amount of followers could change me ever. Why? Because I said before, it's an application. I am still here in uni, still doing my dissertation. I'm still buying baked beans for dinner sometimes because I got rent to pay. I got bills, right? There's certain things that followers cannot change. So if my followers want to pay for my rent, if my followers want to do my dissertation, then by all means, maybe then I might be a bit bougie. But till then, nah, man. That's the thing. Like, no, that's what I said about stuff you do in real life. Like, I think being in university, as well as, you know, doing the stuff that I do with my friends on YouTube and like having my Instagram social handle, stuff like that. Whilst I'm in uni and whilst I, you know, have my bills paid, stuff like that, it humbles me. It reminds me of what I'm actually doing in the real world. Well, my whole message, my whole thing is with me, is I've always wanted to kind of like change the world. So I've always wanted to, you know, I wanted to make the world like a better place. And I know that sounds so generic, so, what's the word? Cliche. But literally, I just want to change the world in the aspect of not trying to, you know what it is? I'm not trying to tell people anything new. I'm just trying to remind people of things that they've clearly forgotten. Which is, again, I'll say it again, just being yourself. Do you know what I mean? So I hope that people kind of get what like the kind of person I am and the kind of message I'm trying to spread across. I still think I have a long way to go. And I'm not basing that on how many followers I even have on the application itself. I'm basing that on what I know I think the world would look like when I've achieved my goal. So I have a long way to go. I haven't even started yet. I haven't even made a scratch. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'd like to think so. I like to think the people that take interest in me right now, I like to think that they get the message. But I hope to be able to like put it across a lot more and a lot more stronger as time goes on. So it's a bit debatable whether I think they get it, but I feel like there's just so much more to still get. Like, there's so many different things I really want to put out there. So yeah, because you don't want to be a slave to the internet, man. Just put it into context of being a slave to zeros and ones on a screen. That is not healthy. And that's why in this generation today, we've got so many people that suffer from mental health, suffer from depression because they feel like they're not meeting today's standards of what today's beauty is. You know, big booty, six pack, beard, 6'4", whatever. I ain't got no six pack. I haven't got a full beard, bruv. But do I think I'm beautiful? Yes, I do. I don't need anybody to tell me that, like, let alone Instagram. And I feel like I want everyone to really understand that about themselves too, because mental health is a real thing. And I think a lot of it does come from online applications like Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, what have you, you know? So, yeah.